friends, Jana here with J. Marie Design and part of the Love From Lizi design team. Today we're going to be doing 4 cards, 1 kit with Under the Sea. So let's look at what I've pulled together to work with. Now my inspiration comes from a video that Lizi did where she used a one-sheet wonder to create 4 amazing cards. So I'm going to go from there and I'm going to use her measurements and her cutting guide, but I'm going to put my own twist on the layouts. So I've got my pieces all cut down. I did that off camera because I didn't think you'd want to just watch me cut little pieces of paper, and you can watch Lizi cut hers down with the specifications that she has in the video. So I am going to just put my spin on it, but I loved the layouts and the idea of using a one-sheet wonder because I've used quite a bit of paper in my kit, and so however I can conserve it, the better. And I am going to pull in some of the peel-offs and the little gold hearts from the peel-offs, as well as a sentiment from the stamp set. And this beautiful shell Under the Sea paper. I love this Under the Sea kit. I live on the Gulf Coast of Alabama. I have spent time in Alaska, and I grew up on the Pacific Coast in Washington State. So I have a deep sense of connection with the sea. And this is it's just beautiful. The shells, the colors, everything, and all the papers, even the ones that are just more of a geometric design, are all gorgeous. Everything coordinates so beautifully. And I have become slightly obsessed with the peel-offs, the pinstripes, and all of the other, like the little twinkle ones, the hearts, the little circles, the sways. They are just the perfect little something to zhuzh up your layouts without adding, bulk to your card. So here I'm just showing you some of the other options with this layout as far as using the 1.5-inch square pieces. And I do go back to pretty much the same layout that Lizi did, but there were other options there as well. So we've got that one, and we'll get it taped down and ready to go. And then the third one I'm working with is completely different. Lizi had a square, and I cut that square into 2 triangles, and I'm going to put them in the corners of the card. And I do pull in my T-roller just to help me line this up, because I feel, especially with triangles, if they're wonky, it really throws everything off. And I'm going to be using the pinstripe peel-offs along these edges, and so I want to make sure that they're nice and square to the edge of my card. Isn't that pink mauve color gorgeous? I love it. It's not a in-your-face pink, but it's just pink enough. So I have the gold metallic, they're kind of a shimmery, shiny, they're gorgeous. There's so many options with the peel-offs, and I love all the different widths, and boy do these go a long ways. So I'm just going to trim these off and get these laid down. Alright, we're finished with layout number 3. Alright, let's move on to our final layout, and this is a fun one. It's these little tiny rectangles, and again, I'm just trying to make sure that kind of the pattern continues in a way that it was cut from the larger sheet of paper. So I'm going to get these laid down with my spacing all correct, and then we are going to come in with some peel-offs. Alright, so we've got those laid down. Now let's choose which width of peel-offs, the pinstripe ones, that we're going to use. And I went for this one that's a little bit thicker, only because I am going to come back around with the really thin gold, which looks so amazing together. And I love that. I love that I can add the look of layers without adding layers. So it's kind of the essence of layering but it's not, but it still has the dimension, and the added sparkle is even an extra bonus. So I'm just trimming these off. I have some little non-stick scissors that work really well with these, and we're going to get those paired up. And one thing that's nice about the pinstripes is that with all the peel-offs, there is such a variety of color available at Love From Lizi that you could find them to match anything. Anything that you're working on, they'll have a design or a color to go with it. And there's glitter, there's mirror, there's matte, there's just, regular like vinyl looking ones. There's stars, circles, twinkles, so many different things, and I love them. I am so obsessed with these and the added little zhuzhing up that they give to my cards. So this is the final one, and then we are gonna add a sentiment, and it's the same sentiment that Lizzie used. It's the one from the Under the Sea stamp set, and it just says a happy hello, and I think it's perfect for all 4 of these cards. So in no time, using one sheet of 8.5 by 11 paper for my card bases that I cut down into 4, one sheet of 6 by 6 paper, I end up with 4 cards that look amazing and look like they've got, oh, and I had the specialty mirror paper as well. So, but not a lot out of my stash, and then I still have all the ephemera to choose. So that's our next step, and we'll be getting into that right after I get all this stamped. So I'm just going to stamp these kind of on various places. The cards, like this one is a horizontal card, the other ones are vertical, but I'll get those all stamped, and then we will go into choosing some ephemera to go on these cards, and some of them don't even need it. Only a couple of them get ephemera pieces because that paper just stands alone. And I know that they're kind of out of the camera here, but when I go to pick the ephemera, you'll see they'll all fit. We are almost done with the assembly of these cards. So right now is one of my favorite things is auditioning ephemera. I audition papers, and especially ephemera. I do a dry run to see, hey, do I like the layout or placement? Are they too big, too little? Does it need it? Does it not need it? So it's an audition for the ephemera, and some of them I'm like, nope, doesn't need anything extra. The paper just speaks for itself. And I try to go through and I try some other ones and decide, nope, we're just gonna go with what's there. The little squares up in the corner, they're the only ones that I'm going to add some extra ephemera, and even that one I end up trimming off, and I use that one piece twice. So from that one piece, then I get 2 pieces of ephemera, which works even better. So we're going to get those glued down and ready to go, and then I do mat these on some really nice dark black cardstock. I thought that it just set the colors apart and made everything really pop. But one final step that I'm gonna do is I'm going to grab my little gold peel off hearts and get these on there, and it is like adding a gem or a rhinestone. The sparkle's amazing, but they don't add any weight, and they do go flying, so you gotta watch. I lose them all the time, but there's little tiny ones, and I love the variety that comes on this one sheet. There's so many on there, but I love that I can just add a few here and there, and it just adds that something little extra, that final touch to my cards. And we've got one more to do, and then they are all done. We have completed 4 amazing cards. I think they're amazing. Using Lizzie's One Sheet Wonder cutting guide and layout, and here they are. I hope you have enjoyed this video. I hope you enjoy these cards, And please check out the other things that the designers have shown you. And thanks for watching.